The question of the Jewish people. March 31, 1942. My German friends, as a Protestant theologian and philosopher of history, I speak to you today about a question that, compared with the great events of history through which we are living, might seem of lesser significance, but is, in truth, decisive for our spiritual and political destiny. The question of the Jewish people. I speak especially to Protestant Christians, to people who cannot avoid these facts, that their religion was prepared in the womb of Jewish history, that he in whom they see the presence of God was of Jewish lineage, that the Old Testament is part of the Christian Bible, that the Reformation took place in the spirit of the Jew Paul, and that for 2,000 years we have drawn strength from the same commands of the law and the same Psalms. We could renounce our claim to being Christians, but as long as we remain Christians, we cannot renounce that we live out of the same roots from which the religious Jew lives. Every judgment by Christians concerning the Jewish question must proceed from this presupposition. Every attempt to impugn this foundation renders destruction to the foundations of Christianity itself. The Jewish question is a question of the religious understanding of universal history. The Jews are the people of history. They have lost their geographic place, yet they live. They have been persecuted by nations that live within boundaries, but they have survived because they serve God, who is the Lord of time, who guides history to its goal. They are persecuted now as never before, yet they will survive, because they have a vocation without which the vocation of the human race cannot be fulfilled. The Jewish people are called to bear witness to the God of justice and to the oneness of all people beyond the gods of nations, beyond all national values. We know that the Jewish people have again and again betrayed this vocation. Nowhere is this more evident than in the Old Testament itself. But we also know that their vocation stands as long as people are able to look beyond limited national space to the reign of God. As long as we believe that universal history has meaning, judgment and promise, we must understand the Jewish people in the light of this meaning. We cannot understand the Jews if we regard them merely as a national minority or religious sect. To treat them as such is an outrage, but it does not strike at the depth of the Jewish question. The depth of the question is that the Jews are the people of the prophetic future judging spirit. This means that we sin against the meaning of our own history if we bear guilt against them. And the German people have become guilty. They did not put up that resistance which would have frightened off the rulers. What happened? The German people assumed to be true what the Jewish prophets fought against to the sharpest degree. Jewish nationalism, that which the prophets opposed, that for which God rejected the Jews to a tragic fate, has now become the German belief and the German curse. In their struggle against Judaism, the combatants have become fools. They seek to destroy what is divine and unique in Judaism, and they mock what is small and human in Judaism. They term the Jewish spirit that which is the worst in their own spirit and seek to disguise that they actually want to destroy the best in themselves. The Jewish question is not one of political tactics. If all Jews should vanish from the earth, the Jewish question would remain as the Christian question, the question of the place the prophetic spirit and the spirit of Jesus have on earth. And it would remain as the human question, whether human beings should remain bound to blood and nation, or if the meaning of existence is to reach out over such boundedness to a realm beyond every remnant space. The Christian church bears witness to this question through its existence. The human heart bears witness to it when it beats for that which is greater than itself. For this reason, wake up to the truth of your Christian and human essence and grasp what the persecution of the Jewish people means. It means hostility against the spirit, against human dignity, and against God. As a famous theologian recently wrote, anti-Semitism is a transgression against the Holy Spirit. If the entire German nation had committed this transgression, it would have ripped the human heart out of its body. We know countless Germans hide in shame or shiver in indignation. But this is not enough to atone for the sin the nation has brought on itself. I will never forget the word a friend said to me in the spring of 1933, a friend who at that time was leaning toward this new thing, but said, "Their blood will come upon us and upon our children." Today this statement has become an accomplished fact. However, that is not the most important thing. What is important is that the eyes of the German people be opened, that they realize this. The Jewish question is the question of our own existence, or non-existence as Christians and human beings. It is the question of our redemption. or our judgment.